thank you for clicking on my video today. I thought it would be fun if we started a new challenge on the channel. This is gonna be the Barbie challenge, but wait! It is not the Barbie Legacy Challenge. No. This is a Barbie challenge that I created a few months ago, and it is the Barbie Movie Challenge. I have taken a few of the most iconic Barbie movies and decided to do a sort of generational challenge with some of the movies in chronological order, and I think it's gonna be so much fun. But before we start with what you think is Gothel, and it is, here is the document for everything that you need to know. So the first generation, as you can understand already, is Barbie as Rapunzel, the movie of 2002. In this challenge, we start as Rapunzel, a teen in Windenburg. Rapunzel has to max her painting and cooking skill and do all the house chores. She has to clean, repair, cook breakfast, lunch and dinner for her evil guardian, spellcaster Gothel. You are supposed to never leave the tower, so if Gothel sees you, you are punished with a curse. Of course, Rapunzel sneaks out of the tower. She meets Stefan, and she has all that romance. So you're gonna have to sneak out of the tower. But you have to do it at a point where she does not see you. If she sees you sneaking out, she's gonna curse you. But once Rapunzel is a young adult, now she can elope with Prince Stefan. And of course, she has to complete the Painter Extraordinaire aspiration because, as we know, Barbie as Rapunzel was a really good painter. She was incredible. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna do a party to reference the ball in the movie, in the end of the movie, the masquerade ball, where Gothel goes wearing Rapunzel's hair and the prince thinks that Gothel is Rapunzel. So I might do that a bit later. But anyway, before we jump in and do gameplay, I want to show you a bit of the other ones. So of course, the second generation is going to be Barbie as the Princess and the Pauper of 2004. This is a very classic Barbie movie. Everyone knows this movie. Rapunzel continues the royal bloodline with Annalise. Annalise goes to Brindenton Bay. She meets Erica, and there's all the other stuff that I have here. Third generation is Barbie and the Magic of the Pegasus of 2005. Everything connects to each other as good as I could, like connected. I tried to do that. We have Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses of 2006. I absolutely adore this movie, so I'm so excited to try that out. I have made the lot from scratch. We have Barbie as the Island Princess of 2007, which is going to be a pretty huge challenge because we're going to have Barbie, aka Rosella, as a child live alone without interacting with people. We're going to have to sort of cheat that because she's going to be the only child in a household and Sims doesn't really allow that, but there is a way. Afterwards, we have Barbie and the Diamond Castle of 2008. This is a pretty iconic movie as well. Like, I had to include it. Let's be serious. And after that, we have Barbie and the Three Musketeers of 2009. That is also, to me, like a very nostalgic movie. And then we have Barbie and a Mermaid Tale of 2010. For the 9th generation, I combined Fairytopia and Mariposa because I couldn't really figure out a way to include them in the story before this, because Fairytopia, the first movie, came out in 2005 and the last Mariposa movie came out in 2013. The story concludes with the 10th generation, Barbie in Princess Charm School of 2011, where Blair is a lost descendant of a previous royal bloodline of the previous generations that we did. And I think that sort of completes the story. It makes it a full circle moment. And I think that's great. I think it's going to be so much fun if we actually go through all of that. So yes, this is Gothel, and she is experimenting with her cauldron here. So this is the build, and I think it's so good. I think this is really similar to the house in the movie. We are, of course, in Windenburg. We are on the island lot, and to actually make this blend with the foliage and for the story purposes, I have deleted all the other lots here that were more modern. I don't think that you can easily detect which is the edge of the lot and which is part of the world on its own, which was my intention. If we go inside, I didn't really pay much attention to the interior except for Rapunzel's room. And this is the hallway that leads to Rapunzel's tower. This is part of the tower. This is her kitchen, her little kitchen where she eats and prepares food. This is Rapunzel's room. It resembles Barbie Rapunzel's bedroom specifically. If you don't recognize it, it's because you haven't seen the movie, I suppose. But as you can see, it has all kinds of art supplies because she's a painter, and We need to get her painting to level 10. I added a lot of details like the little paintbrush that she has, the magical paintbrush from her father's and mother's brush. That is it. That is Barbie Rapunzel's bedroom. I'm gonna jump into cast so I can show you what she and Gothel look like in detail. Here is Barbie Rapunzel. She has such a sweet face. She's so pretty. Look at her. She's so cute. And this is the best I could find for her outfit and her hair. She in the movie has a braid in the back of her head, but it's more so like it's pulled back into a pony and she has braided the pony. I just couldn't find something like that, and I also gave her this dress because it reminds me of the dress quite a bit, even though the dress in the movie has a defined waist right here and then it just pulls out. Oh well. This is Gothel. This is the man woman who kidnapped her and is keeping her in that tower because she is just really spiteful and vengeful. She has taken the daughter of that king from the other kingdom. I'm sorry, I'm spoiling the movie, but you should have known by now. Like, I mean, come on. She uses Rapunzel's hair for that party at the end of the movie, so this is sort of to resemble that outfit, to make a reference to that outfit, which is why I've also given it to her formal and her party outfit. Obviously, I couldn't give her Rapunzel's hair like cut off and added to the back. That's why I'm just using this scarf so that like he doesn't know that it is not Rapunzel and that it's another person. Jealous and evil and a snob. She's got an aspiration of a public enemy, and Rapunzel's got the art lover and the loves outdoors. Interesting. I mean, I guess she does after she goes to visit the kingdom, but how would she know that she loves the outdoors unless she's outside? But she's got the painter extraordinaire aspiration, and I've also given her a lot of preferences. As you can see, I've named her Rapunzel Wilhelm because her father is Wilhelm in the movie that she was kidnapped from. So yes, that's it. There's some bunnies around her room because of her bunny friend, but other than that, I don't think that there's a way that I can give her a bunny, which is sad because she needs to have a friend. Maybe she could adopt something. I don't know. Maybe there are some mods that transform some dogs or some cats into other looking animals. I'm gonna have to look into that. Okay, I couldn't find a way to do that, so I just gave her like 50 vacation days. So she's gonna be able to just take a vacation day every single day so that she doesn't go to school. I'm just gonna look into the bunny and the dragon thing. I don't think the dragon, like, okay, let's be serious. I don't think we're gonna do the dragon, okay? But I do think that maybe we can find a way to do like a bunny pet, which could be interesting. I do think so. By the way, you haven't seen what this tower looks like at night because it is fucking perfect. Look at that. It looks enchanted like in the movie. This green glow. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. Okay, that's it. Oh my god! That is actually so good. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Oh my god, it meows though. That's kind of funny. Although it does look like its eyes are like punched in. I don't know. There we go. That's little Hobie. Oh, we have to give him traits. Okay, so considering how this little guy was in the movie, so he's gonna be skittish, aloof, and clever. It's so cute though that she's gonna have a friend inside the tower. I'm gonna have her sell this painting, and the idea is that basically Gothel is using her and not just for the chores and then that Cinderella way, but also because of her artwork. She sells her artwork and gains her money. So she's basically exploiting her talent. So I'm gonna keep playing and I'll be popping in with a voiceover every now and then to tell you about the story and everything big that might happen. So Rapunzel spent her days making food for Gothel. All the while, she didn't complain. She didn't mind because it gave her something to do with her day. She had nothing inside the castle, nothing inside the tower to do except cook and clean and do anything that Gothel asked of her. But one day she found a little bunny around the castle. The bunny walked inside. She didn't quite know how, but it obviously did not like Gothel. However, Rapunzel took it and made it her friend. A few nights later, something magical happened in her bedroom. A magical paintbrush appeared on her bedside table while she was sleeping. But all the while Gothel planned. Gothel exercised her magic. Gothel practiced and experimented with spells that she knew she was going to use to make her vengeance come true. She was going to use this magic of hers to inflict pain, even more pain. Rapunzel dearly loved to paint, and even though Gothel was the one who took on the credit for all those paintings, she at least knew she had something that brought her so much happiness and joy amidst the boredom and the chores that she had to do in that place. But it all came to a boiling point, as things often do, and one day as Gothel was sleeping, she decided she was going to do it. She was going to sneak outside that secret passage that Gothel had been using. She saw her use it through her window. She was going to use it as well. She wanted to see what existed beyond the tower. And so she ran from the tower to the passage. She had been gazing at the ocean so long outside her window, she wanted to see what it was like to jump in the water, so she did. And she continued exploring, and she ran, completely thrilled and so happy to see how it was outside. She found a place with apple trees, and she grabbed one to eat. At some point, the sun had fallen, and it led her to a place that was very grand, and she didn't know exactly what it was. But there was a boy inside another little lake that she found. She introduced herself, and he introduced himself, and things looked so interesting, and she was so happy. She had never met a boy before, obviously. They really enjoyed talking to each other, and, well, she almost forgot that it was now nighttime. Gothel had woken up back in the tower, and she was just in time back to hide it from her, hide the fact that she had been outside to the kingdom, defying Gothel's rules. But she went back to the routine, although it was harder this time. She kept thinking of the world outside, and the trees and the water and swimming. And of course the boy that she had met, wearing that very interesting uniform that she had never seen before. It all led to her next painting being a mix of the prince and her little new bunny friend. Rapunzel dreamed of the prince, and she kept getting nostalgic about her time outside while she was cleaning the tower, as always. But soon after that, the prince had arrived to the island where she was being kept. He found her. Gothel was sleeping, and of course she ran outside to see him. They had a bit of a awkward greeting, considering they almost kissed. That was a bit scandalous. And she was ecstatic. She kept asking him, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're here. And how did you find me?" She sat outside with him, on the grass, while they looked up at the sky, and she saw how her tower looked like to him. She felt so isolated. She had never truly felt so isolated until she had seen what the world was like. They spent some time there together, but it was getting a bit strange because the prince started looking ill, and it was then that she realized Gothel had probably cursed the place so that anyone that came here would not survive to save Rapunzel from her. And Gothel woke up. Thankfully, Rapunzel had made it inside the tower before Gothel came out of her bedroom to see if she was here. And immediately, Rapunzel started painting again. She started painting of the place that she had visited. She had started painting of the world outside that she had seen with that boy that she was hoping he was okay. So thank you so much for watching. This is the end of the first episode of the series. I am very excited to continue and see how Rapunzel and the prince are gonna get together, see if Stefan is gonna be okay, because oh my gosh, I had not even planned that, but it kind of worked well. And Gothel, what will Gothel do? Because it feels like she has been harnessing her powers to actually do something, and we're gonna have to see in the next episode what that is. And I'm hoping that Rapunzel makes it to her young adult birthday without a curse for being found out outside the tower, because like we've said, she's gonna get cursed if she's caught in the act. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel or leave a comment or a like. I really appreciate it so much. Have a good day or night. Goodbye.